as the Rams clinched the NFC West. Tom Brady went into yesterday with the overwhelming favorite for MVP and threw 2 touchdown passes in a win over the Bills. Rob Parker is still with us.
What's happening? I had to tell you, you look spectacular today.
Oh, thank you, Rob.
You really do. I love what you have.
Appreciate that.
What about your boy?
I love the jacket.
You let that criminal green.
Oh, that's good, too.
What about
and
you?
I told Skip,
What about your boy?
I told you. Everybody. Skip, what did I say when you came out on?
You said it.
I like the red.
I
You
didn't
got
want
the
to
red.
upstage Shannon, but
That's
I
good.
did.
Well,
Everybody.
will you bring the TV over so you can have something to watch today?
Watch
Because all
today.
his TVs are destroyed.
Rob, who is your MVP right now?
It's Todd Gurley. And I know.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Seriously?
And
this
I know.
is such a pathetic attempt
No,
to
it's
discredit
not.
Tom
I'm
Brady.
not trying to discredit Tom Brady. Unfortunately, the league, the award has morphed into the best quarterback in the league award, which it shouldn't be. And the last 9 out of the last 10 award winners have all been quarterbacks, and Adrian Peterson's the last running back to win it in 2012. And in Gurley's case here, this is why I make the case for Gurley. First of all, Tom Brady doesn't even have more touchdowns than Wentz, who's missed a couple of games already, and he has.
Or Russell Wilson has more too.
Right, and he has more interceptions. So it shouldn't even be like Brady when you're talking about it. But Todd Gurley yesterday in a big game on the road in Nashville, right? 276 yards from scrimmage in a big game, and they clinched the division on his back.
One of 3 players to ever rush for 100 and receive.
It doesn't matter. It was a close game,
Buffalo.
and he was able
What about
to.
Buffalo?
He played Buffalo.
Division right. Is Tennessee in Seattle's division?
Hold up. Let me see. Isn't Tennessee's record better? They're fighting for a playoff spot too, right? Oh, yeah.
Vaguely.
Oh, what was Buffalo fighting for?
A playoff spot.
Vaguely.
But they're a division rival. And the AFC East is not a bunch of clowns like you said this year.
It's the AFC least. The Jets, those teams, Miami.
How about the NFC least this year? How about it?
Yeah, because y'all didn't hold up y'all end of the deal.
Okay. Who has the better record? The other 3 in the NFC East or the other 3 in the AFC East? The other 3 in the AFC East have a 2 games better record than what's left of the East.
Everybody laid an egg.
He's talking about 1 year. We're talking about 2 decades.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
talking about this year's
This year's MVP.
No, but I'm talking about it.
MVP
But
of the last
anyway,
2 decades.
Todd Gurley has had a major
can't say
impact
that
on
with a
that
straight
team.
face.
Look at that.
Can't say it with a straight face.
Look at what the Rams have turned
just
around
laughable.
from 1 year.
Playoff.
Skip, this is
LOL.
They won the division playoff. What, they got 11 wins? They have been a surprise of the NFL. And Todd Gurley, I know Jared Goff has improved big time. He was terrible a year ago. But Todd Gurley makes this team run, and I'm very impressed. I think that they should take a hard look at his numbers, 2,000 yards from scrimmage.
13.
He deserves the MVP, not Tom
He's had
Brady.
2 great games in a row, and he's Johnny come lately.
So let me get this right. So he had 2 good games lately. Dude has 1,305 yards. So he had 650 in one game and what? 600 in the other?
Help me out. What did he do against Seattle at home and the Eagles at home in their 2 biggest home games of the year? Help me out.
What did Tom Brady do at home against Kansas City? What did Tom Brady do on the road in Miami?
And the Panthers. What did he do?
What did he do, Skip? Oh, that.
Is it my turn?
Sure, go ahead.
Your turn.
What Tom Brady has done this year should slam the door shut on this MVP for Tom Brady, because this team is mediocre at best without the all-time greatest quarterback having one of his greatest years, which should be an MVP year. Because I'm going to remind you, yesterday in the first quarter, they featured somebody, an undrafted free agent rookie named Jacob Hollister. That's who got featured. Did you watch? He even ran a jet sweep. Jacob Hollister, undrafted tight end from Wyoming, a rookie. That's what it's come to for the team.
Skip, he's on the roster. You act like he can't play, like he was at Dunkin' Donuts earlier that day.
Well, obviously,
Dunkin' Donuts.
They lost. He might have been at Dunkin' Donuts. Belichick might have stopped at Dunkin' Donuts and said, "You want to play?"
Right. You're
because
6'8".
it came to that.
With their headquarters up in Boston.
And remember, he did throw a pick 6 yesterday, but the target was one Kenny Britt. They just signed him because he got cut by the winless Cleveland Browns. That's how desperate they are at receiver.
Rob,
are you kidding
you know what
me?
Skip Bayless will do? Now, he threw a pick 6 to Kenny Britt. Now, he had thrown a touchdown. That'll be the guy. He just got off the street.
Exactly.
Tom Brady makes everybody look good. You saw what he did, George Taylor. But,
now he's going to add like it's Kenny Britt's ball.
Obviously, there's no Julian Edelman. There's no Martellus. There's no Dante Hightower on defense. because the defense is mediocre at
Fifth in
best.
scoring
It looked
D.
terrible
They're
yesterday.
fifth in scoring
and they
D.
didn't have Kyle Van Noy yesterday, who was their best front seven player.
And still fifth in
And
D.
on offense, they didn't have James White. They didn't have Rex Burkhead. They didn't have Chris Hogan. They didn't have Marcus Cannon, who's gone for the year. And you've told me repeatedly, Tom Brady is taking too much punishment because they haven't been able to protect him all year. So he has risen above this mess around him to the #1 seed in the AFC. And by the way, they have played to date the toughest strength of schedule of all the AFC playoff teams. The toughest is the #1 seed, Tom Brady's team.
Yeah, because Skip,
highest degree of difficulty.
they played the Chargers, they played Pittsburgh, they played some. But hold on, wait a minute. First of all, I think Carson Wentz, because if you look at this is what I know. His last game, the last game I saw Carson Wentz, he had 4 TDs. The last 4 games, Tom Brady has 5 picks. That's what we know.
Wait, who has the second best run game in the NFL? The Eagles do. Who has 3 of the best wideouts? And if you throw in the 2 tight ends, really 3 tight ends, in the whole NFL.
You didn't mention that last
receiving core.
when Dak had that. You talk about Dak was all-time great.
Dak was supposed to
you
be right. He had the best running game in the league a year ago.
At least a top 5 defense
Todd
this year.
Gurley.
Philadelphia.
Todd Gurley is #2.
Wow.
Because guess what? He did something only has been done in the history. The NFL is 98 years old. Ollie Madsen did it in 1954. Herschel in 1986. Todd Gurley 2017. Rushed for 100 yards. Received for 150 plus. 3 times in the 98-year history. Tell me a quarterback. I can tell you a bunch of quarterbacks.
What do you think would happen if we took Jared Goff and the great Todd Gurley and we put them in New England with this mess around Tom Brady?
Hold on.
Think they'd make the playoffs?
Do I get Belichick and do
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen.
Please.
I know what's going to happen.
I know
because I
what's
saw
not
what he
gonna
did.
happen.
He went 11-5 with Matt Castle.
Oh, yeah. They make the playoffs that year?
And also, Jared Goff with the defensive signals on the other team.
Yeah. How we going to do that?
Bob, on Christmas, can we have a day?
So if you took Limpet to him Wentz,
Don't do that, Skip.
well, if you took Limpet to him and you put him on the Patriots by himself, what do you think would happen? There's no way they make the playoffs.
If Coach Belichick is there, he's going to take any quarterback.
Skip,
I'm not trying to diminish Tom Brady. Tom Brady's all-time great.
Hey.
But to say they're not going to win.
Did you see what he did? So he tries to force one to Kenny Britt over the middle.
Here we go.
Tried to force it.
Well,
Why
he
would
did.
you try to force it?
Well, and
How about
he just made a bad throw?
Just
say he made a bad throw. Can you say he made a bad throw?
And then what does he do after that? He proceeds to go 15 of 18 for 171 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Against the Bills.
Against the Bills are playing for their playoff
and the NFL got into the referee's ear. Hey, he didn't like he had possession of that ball, so I need you to call this touchdown back. We can't have New England about to lose.
And how about that?
When are you guys going to give in and give up and say, this guy is the greatest ever, #1, and he's pulled off winning the MVP at age 40.
That'd be a lifetime achievement award.
We're not talking about that.
This is a done deal.
No.
He's going to win the MVP, whether you like it or not.
Hey,
and you guys are going to have to come in here when he wins it, and you're going to have to sit in those 2 chairs and say, well.
Just because he won it doesn't mean he deserves it.
Yeah. What are you going to say? He cheated?
No, it's just that he
deflated the football?
No, he
had the
remains the luckiest of all time because Wentz got hurt, and that opened the door for him.
Yeah.
That's
Antonio
it.
Brown got hurt.
Yes.
Gronkowski, the most dominating tight end.
Oh, he's not?
Yeah. Well, he is.
Okay.
And Tom Brady went and won the Super Bowl last year.
We're not talking about the Super Bowl, Joy. We're talking about this year, Joy.
Wow.
Joy.
Wow. Interesting.
Joy, correct him, Joy. We're talking about this season.
I know, but you kept telling me he can't win MVP
I'm done
last
with Joy.
year.
I'm done with Joy.
What did you say last year?
What?
No Gronk, no hardware.
We're not talking about last year.
I didn't realize that the Falcons were, would choke the Super Bowl.
Like the Cowboys. Like you didn't know the Cowboys were going to choke yesterday, did you?
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I mean, if we knew what would happen, what's the point?
Like you knew like you thought the Cowboys were going to go into the last game with something to play for. Stop it, Joy.
I mean,
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
There's nothing but time and opportunity. Rob, thanks for joining us.
Always.
Thank you for always making your very specific joke about the
Patriots. It's just fact. I deal in fact.
That's it.
Is it time for the Cowboys to get rid of Des Bryant?
Yeah.